Hello, everyone. I thought today would be a good day to discuss this topic, only because I was just taking a quick break. I was doing some work around here, and I can't get this off of my mind. I don't know why, it's just like plaguing my brain. So I thought I would share, and that way I could go on to other thoughts. Sometimes that happens. I get stuck thinking about something, not necessarily something I want to think about. It happens. This video here is just food for thought. I'm no one to tell anybody what to do, but I'm just going to say what I saw. I was at the grocery store and I saw a high school age girl, and she was at the checkout and she was a cashier. And she was ringing up this person's groceries. And it was that customer, and then there was a customer behind him, and then me. The cashier's going through and scanning this guy's purchase, and she was wearing makeup. She also had like those false eyelashes on. The man at the front of the line, who this young girl was cashing out, said to her, and said it bluntly to her face, "I don't know why you wear that trash. It looks hideous on you." I just need to pause for a moment. Does anybody see what just happened there? This grown man, he was older than me, so I'm in my 50s. He was probably at least 60 or above. Walked up to a young girl that he does not know, never met her in his life. This girl is in high school, and he bluntly told her to her face that he thinks she's wearing trash. Whether or not you agree with the man, whether or not you don't like false eyelashes or whatever the case may be, that's not the point. Who are we? Who are we to tell somebody what they should, could, can't wear? Who are we to go up to a strange person in public and say something like that to someone's face? But can you imagine being that young girl and you're just trying to do your minimum wage job in the afternoon after you've been to high school all day, and you're going to the store so that you can ring people out just to maybe save for your first car, maybe save for college, maybe save for who knows what. It doesn't really matter. And you're working there and somebody comes up to you to your face and tells you how hideous and awful you look because you're wearing trash on your face. I worked in the public. I didn't really have people coming up to me and saying, "Wow, that looks hideous," or "Wow, that's really something," or at least I didn't have that often. I did actually upload a video before about a woman who did not like my choice of shoes, but that was like an isolated thing. I can't imagine if somebody came up to me where I was at my job and started offering their opinion that I didn't ask for about my face. This young girl became so visibly upset. Guy in front of me, he was swift to respond. It was amazing. And I was thankful on behalf of her and her mama as to the swiftness and respect and response this guy gave to that customer. And he basically said, "Honey, you look beautiful, and don't you ever let anybody tell you otherwise. Whether or not you have makeup on or not, you are beautiful." And for him to walk up to a stranger's face, especially a high school student, and say that you look like you're wearing trash on your face, then he's the trash. And then he looked at the customer, exchanged some words. I'm in the back of the row, like applauding the man, so I don't even know what was said between them. I'm just glad I didn't have to get involved, because you know what a mama bear is capable of. I didn't want to have to get involved, but I would have. You see, I know online it's easy to criticize and to complain. And I know it's easy to point out flaws. And I know it's, you have a keyboard and fingers. There's no emotion there. You just type whatever you feel, whatever you think. Well, you saw other people doing it, so you jumped in. But with the world the way it is today and the mental health crisis that younger people face that we didn't necessarily face in our generation, I think it's imperative that we try to protect our young people and not be so quick to judge or to complain about what they choose to do, especially if you're not related to them. If you are their parent, that's different. But if you were a stranger at a store, just try to show some respect for somebody else's choice. Try to refrain from offering your opinion where they didn't ask for it or want it. I would never, ever walk up to a person and just start criticizing their choice of makeup. Now, if the girl was walking around and she had ketchup smeared up her cheek, yeah, then that's okay to say something. Hey, just so you know, you might need a napkin. You got some ketchup here. That's great. That's helpful. But to walk up to a young girl's face and say the T word, you look like trash. Whew, I hope that's like far, few, and in between. I hope to never see that again. And I hope next time I am the customer behind that customer. I hope I'm not the one at the end of the row. I think the world needs more kindness, understanding, and less judging. I think that if you have a problem with somebody's fake eyelashes, then don't look. You see what I'm saying? Just don't look. Look away. Look away. Don't let it bother you. I just can't understand the mentality of a grown individual thinking it's okay to tell a young girl that her face looks like trash. I just don't understand that mentality. Do they think it's helpful? Maybe so. What do they think they're pointing out? They think they're pointing out a flaw? I think that if everybody took a step back and looked at the problems we could solve in our own lives or the problems we can solve in the world, and instead of making these little attacks or digs on innocent people just trying to go about their day and do their job, the world would be a better place. Why not focus on an issue that needs to be addressed instead of whether somebody wears fake eyelashes or not, really? That's what it boils down to for me. Is that really helping the world? Is that really helping somebody? If it's going to cause more harm than good, don't do it. Don't say it. I think I made my point.